In the previous video, you learned how to add a Google Calendar and how to create events in that calendar. Now let's talk about how you can share these events, such as your team practices, with your team members. It's very easy to do, and let me show you how to do that. So we've created the 2015 BVHS Quidditch calendar. I'm going to click on this down arrow to the right of the name of the calendar, and in the display box that appears, I'm going to select Share this calendar. It takes you to a dialog box, and as you can see, it says share this calendar with others, make it public, or share it with everyone in BVSD. I don't think you probably want to do that for your practice calendars, so I would not select anything in the top box. You can come down here to share with specific people. So for instance, if this is our volleyball team, we could come down here and type in the individual BV Connect email addresses of the team members. So for instance, Tyler Lockett, Josie Scott, and so on. We could continue to add these. Not a problem. That's an easy way to do it. The only issue is that if you have a big team, this can take a while. And you may want to send out group emails as well to your team. And so I would suggest that instead of doing individual names, that instead we'll create a Google group that will be your team, and then you can add the group's email address here. Let me show you how to do that. I'm going to cancel this particular save, and I'm going to come over here again to my Google Apps tiles, and this time I'm going to come down to Groups, Google Groups. You can see that there are going to be two different kinds of displays here. One of them is to browse all groups, and one of them is to look at your groups. Let's browse all first. You'll see under the all are several groups that we have created for the entire school district. For example, the class of 2017, the class of 2016. These are available for all of you to use. If I go back to groups and look at my groups, these would be particular groups that I personally have created, and we're going to show you how to add your team. So under my groups, and again, I want to make sure that I'm in my groups, not public, and I know that I'm in my groups by looking at the BVSD logo in the upper left-hand side. I'm going to say Create Group, and I want this to be my 2015 Quidditch team. I am not going to put any space in between 2015 and the name of my team. You can do that. Google will automatically put in a hyphen in the name. So to keep it simple, I'm just going to type it all as one word. You'll see it automatically tells me what my group's email address will be, and that is 2015quidditch@bvconnect.org. What kind of group do you want? You want an email list, so just leave it at the default. And that's all you have to do. Come back up to the top and say Create. Okay, that has now created my 2015 Quidditch group. I'm going to say OK. Now you'll notice that I've created that group, but I do not currently have any members of that group. So when I said OK, it automatically took me to this group. Let's go back out just so you can see. Here are all of my groups. Let me hit the refresh button. It sometimes takes a moment for new groups to appear in the list. Here are my groups, and you can see now that the 2015 Quidditch group appears. I'm going to click on Manage, and in Manage you'll see you are automatically a member of the group, whoever created it. And now I'm going to come over to the my settings. We're going to come over here to the left, and we can either invite members or add members directly. If you know all of your team members, you can simply say direct add members and type in their email addresses. So let's do that. We know we wanted Tyler Lockett, and remember our student email addresses are first initial, entire last name, bbconnect.org. So I started to type Tyler's name, and it's saying this is who we have with those initials. I'm going to click on that. I'll do Josie. Click on Josie. I'll do Cody Lupke, and so on. So I can add all the team members this way, and I could write a welcome message if I want. Welcome to our shared team practice calendar. So this is email subscription groups, all emails. Send each message as it arrives. I would just leave it on that default. Say add. And we now have 3 people added to this group. So now if I go back to my calendar, go to Quidditch, the down arrow, and say share this calendar, I'm going to come down to share with specific people. I can simply type in 2015 Quidditch at bbconnect.org, and I will say save. And now those people have the opportunity to see this calendar when they go to their Google Calendars. And that's how you share.